Greetings, beautiful spirits. Welcome to Charlotte's. I decided to get on camera more and do some of these running tips with you, kind of walk you through and talk you through some of my thinking about why I, give you these tips. So the first tip I wanted to give you is talking about swimming pool. You guys, oh my God. I think what happens is, especially when you're like a true runner and you're like on your game and you're like training and you're like, oh my God, I love running and I'm doing running, whether or not you love it or not. But especially if you're doing like endurance athlete kind of things like ultra marathoning like I do, you'll just kind of get into this thing where you're just running every day. It's like your mind just clicks. It's like run. But sometimes you need to sometimes your body's like, please stop. And you don't really listen. But I tell you, like, if you don't really want to listen to your body kind of half sort of, one of the ways I say you do that, you trick your body, is that you go into a swimming pool and you run in the swimming pool. And it's completely different than running on ground, but also it's low impact. So all the screaming and hollering that your muscles and your joints and your bones are doing, they're like cussing you out. This is how you lessen that cuss out, right? They just use a couple of cuss words as opposed to all the array of cuss words at you for making them work constantly all the time. So try a swimming pool. It's low impact, it's fun. I think also too, for me, I think what I like about the swimming pool is that the water generally is, most swimming pools, they swear up and down that they're warm, but they're not. They're usually cool. And that cool water, much like being in an ice bath, really helps with, loosen up those muscles and help them heal and recover. So try a swimming pool, fam. Try a swimming pool. All right, so my next running tip is this. Much like the swimming pool, massage. Like, try to get some massage, because a lot of times what happens is lactic acid builds up in your muscles, and so a lot of times massages will help to kind of get all that stuff out of there. Yeah, because your body is what it is, honey. It's like I said, it's a beautiful thing. It's very complex, but it's a delicate balance in terms of its kind of processes, in terms of what it does. And so a massage will kind of help heal those muscles, help kind of shift the blood flow, the nerves, the chemicals that are running around in your body, and help to restore and help to heal. So try massage every now and then. If you're feeling like, dang, everything I try, I continue to be sore, I continue to be in pain or whatever, try a little massage. I mean, I know a lot of days with physical therapy, that's part of your physical therapy is to get a massage. So try it out if you're really struggling and you really need some help with kind of getting your bones, muscles, and joints back to working again. All right, now. Oh, heat. Yes, I highly recommend heat. So I'm a person where I do a combination of not only heat, but ice. And I find that the combination of those two things, it just restores my body to its optimal formation. I'm not mad at you, heat, and I'm not mad at you, ice. And so I'll do like steam. I'll do a steam room. I'll do a sauna room. I'll do a jacuzzi. I'll put my warm towels in the microwave and lay them on my legs. But sometimes it just requires a little heat or a heating pad. I used to have a heating pad, but I don't even have a heating pad anymore. So a lot of times I just put myself in spaces where I could just expose my body to heat, and particularly my lower back, which sometimes gets a little it just gets a little, it just gets a little funky. And so I get it. So I just try to do what I can to help it. And so, I really highly recommend, as one of your running tips, is try heat for those areas that are really causing you much pain. Oh, yes. So, this running tip is really about, we run. And I don't know, it depends on where you live. Like I used to live in Ann Arbor, and now I'm living somewhere else. And so, in Ann Arbor, it's nothing but hills. And so you ain't got no choice. I mean, you can go north, south, east, west, and you just gonna counter hills on your run if you're going more than like 2 feet. And and I found that hills really help you. It really does help with your stamina and endurance. Yeah, because it works different muscles, and it forces you to. It also forces you to do psychological game, because because a lot of times when you're running hill, like I remember this hill is on Miller Avenue. If people from Ann Arbor know Miller Avenue, there's this hill that you go up. And I used to always have to play psychological games with myself to go up that hill. Like, okay, so from here to here, we're going to do this. From here to here, we're going to do that. But I say that my running tip for today, I went off on a tangent, is to integrate hills into your workout. You could do that on your treadmill, or you can just go to your park and, like, sometimes it's just a little hill. Just go up and down, up and down, up and down, because you're going to be engaging different muscles, bones, and joints, and you're going to be kind of working your body out. And you're also going to be training those other kind of areas of your body to help support you during your running. What we don't realize is that when we're running, we're just teaching we're teaching only those muscles, bones, and joints to do the work of running. If we cross train and if we integrate hills and if we do a lot of other things, then what happens is we excite, we ignite, and we engage those other areas that don't get that much usage into helping out with the running. I'm telling y'all. And one of the things I love about running hills is this. Like, I may struggle to run up the hill, but when I get done with the hill, and I'm not even talking about downhill, I'm just talking about I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes after running up a really tough hill, I will get this burst of energy where I could just go super duper fast. I'm just like, what? I love it. Oh my God. I think hills must kick in some adrenaline for me. I'm thinking that's what it is, because I always get this kind of energy burst. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. So yeah, I didn't mean to go all deep on that right there. But anyway, so I just love it because it's just exciting. And I always say to myself when I'm getting ready to go up the hill that I really don't want to go up and I'm tired and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, don't forget the burst. Don't forget the burst. So then I kind of stay motivated and I keep going. My last running tip is this, gang. If you need to, get yourself a tracking device. What I mean by that is like Fitbit, Garmin, Polar, all them other companies and all them other makers of these fitness trackers. Get yourself one. And I tell people, like, hold up. Don't get too into those trackers. What I want you to do is use those trackers to kind of be a diary for what it is you're doing. And for you to kind of look back and say, wow, man, I remember back in April when I could barely do X, Y, and Z. And then here I am in October and I'm like doing 3 times that much, killing it. I'm a beast. And I think it's just nice to look back. Like, I look back over some of my Strava and I'm like, ooh, girl, you done did some miles over the years, like lots of miles. And it's just nice to reflect back. I don't really look at my numbers. I have a Polar. I used to have a Fitbit. I used to use this phone right here. What you call this thing? Apple phone. I used to use this all the time. And my thing was, I was just about tracking it, just keeping on track. A lot of times I just look at summary statements. So how many miles did you do this week? What was your average speed? Calories burned. That was all that. I didn't really get into the finite numbers of the tracking because I really wasn't into that. And I didn't want to get caught up in it. And so I don't recommend getting caught up in it. If you're into it, you're into it. I know a lot of elite athletes, like they don't walk out the house without their fitness tracker. And then they look at every number, every 2-3 minutes when they're running, and I'm like, no, not me. Not gonna happen. But I say that, it is a good way to kind of see where you are, see what's going on, and just, for me, it's again, I want you to use it more as a diary so that you can look back and just see what you've done and accomplishments that you've made, because it will be a source of inspiration for you as you continue on. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today for another week of a few of my running tips. And I appreciate your energy and I appreciate your time. And so what I want you to do is take good care of yourself, sending nothing but peace and love to you. And I'll see you outdoors. Take care, fam.